And now here at the DC Pavilion, I'm joined by a very special guest, Mr. Dilip Chhabria. He's an automobile designer and a founder of the DC Designs. Thank you so much for speaking to Business World. DC has made a comeback after years. How has the company evolved over the years? If you can share the journey with us.
So I know went away to make a comeback, but everybody says so because maybe the brand is now DC2, primarily because DC belonged to my children, my son and my daughter, and unfortunately both of them passed away, which was a big shock and trauma for a family. While the company was functioning well, we had customers, I mean, the regular, we have not lost even one person. Actually, you wanted to recalibrate your life. So the comeback has been, in that sense, more bolder because this is now the new avatar of DC. It doesn't have the baggage of 30 years, and uh, you know, times change, uh, competitions emerge, technologies change. So we are going to harness that. In fact, we have already harnessed. So it looks good. I mean, it's made me younger by at least 10 years because now I have to work harder. I thought I would retire and take it easy and travel the world, but unfortunately that's not going to happen because now my uh, work is to really do for my grandchildren. So they are going to make me work harder. In the truest sense, I'm working harder than ever before because I have to make it established for them now.
As you also mentioned, the times have really changed for the automobile industry. We have seen the electric mobility taking this front center stage. How do you see the design of the electric mobility over the ICE vehicles? Some say it's boring, some say the masculinity that the ICE vehicles used to have has gone away. What's your opinion about it?
So it depends on the brand, but it definitely for a designer it gives far more freedom because you don't have a block of engine sitting at the front or the back, so you can design the way you want. But abroad, as I know, as more and more electric vehicles are being designed on the drawing boards, uh, more focus is on the interior space because that's what the engine has freed up. uh, but having said that, uh, the automobile is a product of passion. It's a product of getting involved. It's a statement
Hmm.
that you make to the world of how you have arrived. So I feel there'll be some brands who are maybe just focused on the interior comfort and the connectivity, whereas some brands who are going to take use of the fact that they no longer have an engine, so you can have a front cowl right up to the wheel well. So those aspects will happen. So they'll have two or three camps who are going to do that. Some are going to do uh, vehicles for leisure and adventure, and some are going to do for your everyday driving and commuting. That's how I see. Which in the IC engine that was not possible wholly. So this is going to be possible wholly. For example, if you see the tank, the front windscreen, and got a deep curve. If this was not an electric car, then it would actually hinge on the engine, which is not possible from a heat perspective and a vibration perspective. So it definitely frees up the avenues for designers.
You also have this concept vehicle over here, the tank. What's the inspiration behind this vehicle, and can you guide us through the details of this vehicle?
So the inspiration is how do you we wanted to create a vehicle which is electric. That is because of pure economic reasons, and I'll elaborate on that. That today the electric propulsion systems are not any more expensive than IC engines. A far better situation than a couple of years back when they were 20, 30, 40% more expensive. Plus, the government structure of duties is far, far less. So, you know, from that perspective, I mean, the GST is 1/10 of an ICE engine, and that makes it viable. to invest money to create something where you are assured of decent profit margins. Having said that, we wanted to create a vehicle that excites youngsters, and therefore it has to be a SUV, but a sprung up SUV, 4 seat, a car like looking like a Dakar rally car in that sense. So that was the inspiration. The features are, as I said, it's 180 kilowatt battery, 650 horsepower power, and about 4 seconds 0 to 100 acceleration. Full carbon body, and that's about it.
DC Avanti was the India's first homegrown sports car that we saw. Do you have any such plans with the tank or any other vehicle in India, or are you focused just on the niche customizations only?
No, no, no. In fact, we are now headed towards vehicle manufacturing, as I said, because of the sheer benefits of lower pricing, lower taxes. And since you mentioned the Avanti, the successor to the Avanti is ready. Is going to be available to customers before this car, and is if you were to look at it, uh, it's like a hypercar. It really looks like a hypercar, like the Aston Martin Valhalla and the things like that. But we didn't want to display it because it would have been too much. We want to gather the feedback on this car. On that car, we have already gathered the feedback. So that will be the second car in this year end. And customization business will always remain, because that gives us the ability to dream and create for ourselves a prototype. For this prototype was created by a customization division.
So what vehicles will we see in the near future apart from these? Next, what's the upcoming project that you're working on?
I think we'll always be in the niche, and niche is going to be vehicles that a manufacturer will not attempt because of skill. They don't have those kind of skills. They are more mass manufacturers, or scale. They will not have low scale, so manufacturers won't get interested. So any such vehicles that will conform to that niche. Uh, that's how we created Avanti. I think resto mods are proving to be a big business in the West. So maybe an electric ambassador, an electric Fiat, which we have already done. The design work is complete. We'll share with you sometime.
The electric ambassador is a car that everybody will wait for.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for speaking to us this time. Thank you.